Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hello, Icon, and welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life. Happy Wednesday. Today we are continuing our Quantum Leap conversation series here on the podcast, and we're talking about some of my energetic hacks so you can quantum leap your 2026 goals. Now, I will say, I'm spending so much energy of my own right now focusing because all I can think about is the goddamn Bad Bunny performance from the Super Bowl. Mr. Benito really served us what we were needing. I now need to learn Spanish. I can't stop rewatching it. The first turnaround when he's holding the football, the outfit was fire. Everything just keeps replaying in my head. And I'm like, oof, you guys, even if like you aren't a fan, that is magnetism to the highest level. Like, oh my God, like that energy, I'm still moved by it. Like it's been days. It's all I can think about. So I am spending some of my energy focusing on doing this podcast when I'm thinking about that performance. Okay, but we're going to focus. So welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Let's start talking about this. So quantum leaping is really my obsession right now because I want you to feel like you are getting ahead so far in 2026. I want you to feel like my goals are underway. You're staying connected. You're staying in it because, every year people feel like they don't look at their goals until July or they put them off. They tell themselves, well, I have time. And then suddenly it sneaks up on you and you don't really have that time. So I want you to quantum leap at the beginning of the year. So then the rest of the year really goes into this energetic zone of like, the sky isn't even the limit. Like, oh my gosh, we've already manifested so much up until this point. Like, who knows what the rest of the year is going to be? I remember thinking that during a phase of my life and of my business where I was quantum leaping in a really massive way. It was after I went viral on TikTok the very first time in 2020. And so much was happening all at the same time. And I remember like a 1 month I had made in the first week all of the income of what I had made the month prior. And I was like, there's still 3 weeks left. Like, what the fuck is going to happen? What is going to manifest? It was almost like overwhelming in a good way of like, holy F, like this is going to be crazy because there's so much time left. So that's what I want you to feel in 2026. So quantum leaping is my obsession right now. And I want to give you my top 3 energy hacks that I'm really leaning on for quantum leaping myself that I want you to start implementing. So the very first one is kind of a foundation that we need to set together. And it is that quantum leaping is all about your energy. It is all about your energy. Literally, the science behind quantum leaping is electrons jumping from one energy level to the next. And the way that electrons, I'm not going to go too sciencey, don't worry. The way that these electrons can literally quantum leap is through energy. They muster up a lot of energy to leap into the next energy level, which is at a different frequency that they have to maintain in order to stay there. That's why I talk about in my up-level process, we leap into this new up-leveled reality where we start getting what we want, but then your schedule feels crazy and you feel a little overwhelmed and you feel tired because you're maintaining a new energy, a new standard. So everything, and this is just the most simplified terms that I wanted to explain, everything is energy. So my first hack for you with quantum leaping is I want you to look at where your energy level has been lately. Like when you are thinking about your normal day to day, and you could have certain points in the day where your energy is up and down. That happens to me. It's totally normal, totally fine. But I want you to think about your overall vibe for the day. Just this morning, I had posted on my Instagram stories and was like, I finished a workout this morning. It was upper body day, went on a walk, got a coffee, came home, had a coaching call. Like the morning was rolling and I could just feel this identity shift in myself change. I could feel this elevated energy, this like momentum in me that was like, oh yeah, shit's about to blow up. Like things are about to pop off. You get this feeling in you when you're really in that zone of quantum leaping where you're like, yeah, This feels dangerous in a good way. Like, be prepared, get ready, or no, what's the saying? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's really how I felt. I'm like, these people need to be prepared. They need to stay ready because my quantum leap is going to be lethal. Lock the fuck in. Like, that energy. That would be my typical everyday energy as I'm creating this quantum leap. Like, that is genuinely how I feel on a day-to-day basis. And then this morning it was just like so amplified. And I was like, yep, we are locked in on the right frequency. So what has been your regular energy on a daily basis? This matters so much in your quantum leap because we want that energy to match the up level. When you think about the reality you're quantum leaping into, the life that's on your vision board, what you are creating in your goal list for 2026, maybe even your word for 2026, think about that next level version of you. What's her energy like? That is what we want to be normalizing. That's what we want to be tapped into. And my word of the year is athlete. And when I think about the athlete version of Michaela, I instantly get a picture of her energy. I instantly get a picture of what she's like, how she's feeling, like, and it's that locked in, dangerous feeling. It's like, oh, I always say this. It's like, these hoes don't stand a chance when I'm locked in. Like, these girls do not stand a chance. Not that it's a competition. I'm really just referencing the old versions of myself. It's like, the old Michaela doesn't even stand a fucking chance because of how locked in I am, because of where my energy is at, because how in the fucking zone I am. And then when I think about being an athlete, it's like I'm nailing my workouts. I'm waking up on time every day. I'm drinking my water. I'm eating healthy meals. I'm getting snatched. I'm hitting 8 to 10K steps a day. It's like in the zone. Dangerous. That's the next level identity. And so because I am creating that feeling in my body and in my mind every single day, it makes me a match for the quantum leap. So things start to speed up. And I already feel this. Like, I'm hitting better workouts. I'm lifting heavier, which naturally, of course, happens when you're being consistent in the gym. But it's like, that's happening, right? I'm effortlessly getting in my steps. If you are subscribed to me on YouTube, if you're not, go subscribe right now. I uploaded a YouTube video literally on Friday. It is Wednesday, just this past Friday. I uploaded kind of like a tell-all, no BS, BTS video on my YouTube channel. And one of the things I talked about is that I really want to be hitting 10K steps, but I just didn't know where it fit into the schedule. And that was something I'm navigating. I literally did that on Friday. I'm not kidding you. I've hit almost 10K steps almost every single day this week. At minimum 7K steps, which is a lot better than what I was doing last week when it was super random. It's like a quantum leaping, collapsing the time between something I want to figure out and something that I'm actually creating. I have also quantum leaped physically. Like, I am smaller physically, I've definitely lost weight. People keep complimenting my hair, which thank you so much. I've just been going back to my natural color. It just suits me so well. My skin's fucking glowing. I am not wearing any glow base in this video. I'm not wearing highlighter. Like, this is just my skin. It has just been mirror glass perfection skin. Like, this is what happens when you start quantum leaping and you align to this next level energy. You physically shift as well, because that's just what happens. So I want you to be thinking about, like, what is your energy on a daily basis? And is it matching the quantum leap energy you want to be creating? This is so important because that is the thing you must normalize to live in the quantum leap reality. What I see for a lot of people is they actually start to quantum leap and then they self-sabotage and they fall back down. And scientifically, there's an explanation for this too. It's like you can leap into, the electron can leap into that next energy level, but if it does not maintain that frequency, the vibration required to stay there, it will fall back down to its original energy level, which is exactly what happens when we self-sabotage. So what we want to do in our quantum leap is be practicing that energy over and over and over again. So once we get there and all this stuff starts clicking into place, it feels normal and natural, and you're not going to want to self-sabotage. You won't want to, you won't need to, it won't even cross your mind because you have totally normalized this energy that you're stepping into, that you're now in the quantum leap, and you kind of wake up one day and you're like, oh, we're here. Like, oh, how did this happen? When did this happen? And if you're like me and you get like a little midday lull, I will like get really tired and have like this afternoon crash, which I've talked about before on the podcast being an adrenal fatigue thing. And now it's not feeling that way. That's different symptoms, different feelings, but it's just like, oh my gosh, I woke up early. I've done a million fucking things. I'm tired in the afternoon. How I get my energy back into that quantum leap zone. Okay. So this is what I would be telling yourself too, like after a call, if you're really tired, after finishing work, but you want to crush it in the evening. How do you get that energy back up to the quantum leap zone? And I'm going to tell you something. You need to shake your booty. Okay. You need to shake some ass. That is how you get your energy back up. If you are not utilizing dancing to move your energy, you are absolutely missing out. Anytime I have an energy dip, I put on a good playlist. I put on my favorite song. Recently I've really been loving like 2010s club hip hop music, and I'll put on some good throwbacks, and I will just dance until I am laughing at myself. I am energized. I am in a good mood. I am inspired, motivated, and it snaps my ass right back into gear. Okay. Because what we notice and what oftentimes happens is maybe you get off work and you come home and you like sit down for a minute to collect yourself. Or I'll get off like a 2-hour-long coaching call training and I'll sit there to decompress. Or it's like whatever is happening and you sit there and you're like, fuck, I'm tired. And then the energy instantly is just going down. It's going down. It's going down because your body is now settling in, and then we don't choose. You settle in and then you don't choose how you want to feel. You don't choose the energy you want to have. If after that you say, no, the quantum leap version of me that I'm stepping into, she's actually more grounded and more relaxed, then that's perfect. Settle in and be like, okay, this is the energy and this is the self-talk, which we'll also talk about next. It's like, okay, I finished my day. I finished the bulk of it. We're going to move into the evening. This is how my next level self would be spending the evening. This is what I'm quantum leaping into. Let me do a little meditation. Let me do a little spicy, little slow dance song. Let me do a slow twerk, like whatever your dance is. Like, let me like spin in a circle. Let me do a ballerina vibe. Like, let me just like get back into my body. And it's like very calm. For me, my next level self, where I'm quantum leaping, like energy through the roof, like Energizer Bunny, like just, I don't know, me while twerking in a club. You don't even have to be drinking. It doesn't matter. So I'm putting on like rap hip hop that makes me twerk in the mirror, and that brings back my energy immediately. So you want to align this music dance kind of ritual with the frequency that you're wanting to bring into your body. But if you are somebody who struggles with maintaining the energy all day long, that's one of my favorite hacks to get back into it, because that's normal, right? Your energy, especially as a woman, is going to ebb and flow throughout the day. And then once you finish something that's really mentally heavy or mentally stimulating, you might feel like, oh, I need a moment to like recharge, and that's fine. Where it's not okay is when you sit down, you judge yourself and you're like, I'm crashing. I don't have energy. I have all this stuff to do. Like, I wanted to spend my evening this way. Now I don't have the energy, right? We've all had that thought pattern before. So I don't want you to go there. I want you to sit with yourself and be like, okay, that was intense. I'm tired. Let's get this energy up. Like, let's decide how we want to feel next. Let's decide on what's our next energy. For me, I want to bring the energy back up. So I get up, I put on my favorite songs, and I dance around. Like, that is how I stay in energetic alignment with where I want to go with my quantum leaps. And the more, again, that you normalize and compound this energy you're stepping into, the closer you're going to get to quantum leaping, because now it's so normal, so obvious, so normal that you feel this way, so obvious that you are in alignment with your next level desires. Okay. So the second thing, which I kind of started to touch on, the second energetic hack I have for your quantum leap, it's all about self-talk. Now, hear me when I say this, and I say this with so much love, because I want you to get where you want to go. Like, I want you to have all these manifestations. If your self-talk sucks, so do your manifestation skills. Okay, if your self-talk sucks, so do your manifestation skills. If you are talking to yourself like you are a loser, if you are talking down to yourself, if you are constantly second guessing yourself, you are overthinking everything. Like, you are not in energetic alignment with your manifestations. If you're not cheering yourself on, hyping yourself up, telling yourself like you are a bad bitch, you've got this, like you are a leader, you are powerful, you are an eloquent speaker, you are inspired, you are creative, you are the energy, you're the pulse, you're the heartbeat, you're whatever. Like you need to be hyping yourself up. Because if your self-talk is down here, it is down low, but your manifestations are this high frequency, high visibility, you're making a lot of money, you're moving a lot of energy, like you are turned all the way on in your life, but you're talking to yourself like you're the scum of the earth, you're not going to be in alignment for this quantum leap, okay? It's like, okay, this is what I want you to think about. Imagine if your self-talk right now is not at the level that it needs to be at, if it's not at the standard. Imagine you meet somebody who you don't like, okay? Right? And like also we can not like people. Like it's fine to like not vibe with somebody. Anyways, you meet somebody you don't like them. They're just not your vibe. Maybe you don't think they're very nice. They're not very warm. They're not a girl's girl. You just meet somebody and you're just like, you're not my cup of tea. And then after that, you're like, but I'm going to give you $10,000. Like that literally doesn't make any sense. You didn't like them. You didn't vibe with them. You weren't on the same energy level. They didn't match your energy. And then you're like, yeah, but I'm going to give them this 10K anyways. Does not make sense. That is how you are approaching your manifestations. You're talking to yourself like somebody you don't like and then expecting the universe to give you money, give you the dream body, give you the clients, give you the career opportunity. It's like, it's not in alignment. It doesn't make sense. Now, stick with me. What does make sense is let's say you win the lottery. You, for some reason, decided to play the lottery. You went in for a Diet Coke. You bought a lottery ticket, okay? And it won. And you won like $50 million or something. After that, you go and you meet up with all your girlfriends. You take them out to a really nice dinner and you say, you guys, I have something major to tell you. I won the fucking lottery. We're ordering a bottle of Dom and everybody has an envelope in front of them. And you wrote everybody a check for like $100,000 or something. Like that makes sense. You're like, you just won all this money. You want to treat your friends. They support you. They hype you up. They've picked you up when you're down. They love on you. They support you. It's in alignment. It's like, yeah, I have this mate. They want to see you win. They want to see you win and they tell you that. And so then you do win and you want to give back to them. You're like, I love you so much. Like this is the craziest thing that ever happened. Thank you for supporting me. I want to pour into you. That makes sense. When you talk to yourself like somebody you love and then you win big, like, and you get what you want, that makes sense. You talk to yourself as somebody you love and then you attract good things versus meeting somebody you don't like and then giving them money. That's very weird versus having your best friend around who has been your ride or die and then you win big and you say, you know what, here's 10K, here's 100K. I'm going to take you on this trip. I want to bring you along here. Let me put you on a private jet. Like, let's go do this thing together because we're in it together. We're on that same wavelength. So when we are wanting to energetically hack a quantum leap, we need to talk to ourselves like the version of us who's in the quantum leap. If you are talking down on yourself, that's not you that's in the quantum leap. And I've talked about this before, but your words are spells. Like how you talk to yourself matters so much. It shows the universe how you view yourself, and the universe will never deliver manifestations that are beyond your identity. It also shows how much you believe in you and your level of belief when we're quantum leaping. When we truly want a big change in our manifestations, your belief needs to be locked the fuck in, okay? It needs to be locked all the way in. But if your self-talk is low, and if it's low frequently, then you're not believing in yourself as big as you could be. So I really need you to dial in on that, okay? If your self-talk is shit, so are your manifestation powers, babe. And I want you to quantum leap. Like, believe in yourself, cheer yourself on, talk to yourself like your own best friend. Bring that next level self energy that we just talked about into how you feel about yourself, right? Because it's one thing to like put on an energy for a moment. Like you could dance, you're in a good mood, like let me go do this thing, and you do it and you're like, yay. And then afterwards, if you then just sink right back into that old self-talk, then that's not going to quantum leap because you're still reverting back to old patterns. So I want to give you a little bit of a challenge. For the next week, don't say a single bad thing about yourself. for the next week. I don't want you to pick yourself apart. I don't want you to complain about anything about yourself. I don't want you tearing yourself down. I don't want you doubting yourself. I don't want you second guessing yourself. None of it. For a week, only be your biggest cheerleader. Only hype yourself up. Only keep your self-talk up here, and then come back and in the comments on Spotify, let me know what happened. Let me know how you felt. That will also help your energy levels, which was hack number 1. And you will be quantum leaping faster than you could imagine, because you wouldn't give 10K to a stranger that you don't fucking like. Okay? So treat yourself the same way, like a bestie that you would share your winnings with from the lottery. All right. And our energetic hack number 3, this is our final one in this episode, is I want you to start taking action when your energy's on fucking point. I want you to start maximizing this energy. So each of these tips build on each other, all right? And try these out apply these 3 tips for the next week and see what fucking happens, okay? So 1, we're bringing the energy. We are dancing, we're getting in the vibe, we're putting on the music, we're getting in the energy. We're talking to ourselves like we are fucking winners. And then when we're in that prime space, that's when we take action. The action you take when you're in that heightened energy and heightened sense of self will blow your mind. 1, you will get bigger results because people feel you more. Your magnetism's turned all the way on, but also you're going to get things done faster. And that is my favorite thing. Like, I am a productivity junkie. Like, I love being productive. I'm a Google Calendar girl, which is why things have been a little tough after Bad Bunny, because everything in my calendar is getting pushed back because all I can think about is the Super Bowl performance. But when you are locked into that energy, all jokes aside, like, you get things done faster because you're focused, your energy is put away. You're not overthinking, so you're just getting it done and you're fucking crushing it and you feel incredible. So I want you to take those moments when the energy is the highest and take action there. Like, take the most important action steps you need to accomplish that day during that window and watch what happens. Okay. And literally today, I was interviewed on a podcast with an amazing, amazing host named Kayla. And afterwards, I just felt so elated. Like, we had the best talk. I can't wait for the episode to come out on her show. And I felt like so in the zone, right? Afterwards, I immediately put my phone up. I started recording reels. I started recording TikToks. I started recording for my stories. I started to talk about my program on my Instagram stories, which, if you're not in the expansion experiment, I literally don't know what you're doing. Like, if you're listening to this and you're ready to quantum leap, you need to be inside of this program. Okay. Like, it just doesn't, I see you clicking on the checkout page. It just doesn't make sense that you're not in there, right? If you want a quantum leap and you don't want to play small for the next 2 months, like, you want truly to have a quantum leap in 60 days, you need to be in this program. Okay. Anyways, so after that interview, I was just in such a heightened state. I got all this stuff done and I felt so good that people were hearting my content. My videos were getting tons of views. Like, the energy was building and building and building and building because I had that quantum leap energy going. Your results multiply when you are doing this, when you're taking action in the heightened energy zone, because your magnetic energy is at an all-time high. You are actually embodying this quantum version of you, this next level self, and people feel that. That's when we get into this vibe where people can't look away, where they're like, ooh, your energy is so different, so interesting. Like, I need that. Even after the interview, she was telling me, she's like, I needed this. Like, this is the energy I needed. This is the reminder I needed. I feel like you're calling me out in this episode. Like, people want that energy, because this is one of my beliefs. Like, all of us want to have high energy. All of us want to be a high energy human. And that looks different across the board. There's some people that are going to be high energy. They talk loud, they talk fast, they take up a lot of space. And some people are high energy, but more introverted, more to themselves. So it's not just like one look where you're like loud and yelling all the time, but everybody wants to feel like they have high energy. They have a lot of energy. So when you are taking action, the biggest action you need to take for the day in that heightened energy, people are more magnetized by you because you've got the energy that they want more of in their life. And I had talked about this a lot in my content back in November, where it's like people then want to inject your energy in their veins. They're like, what is going on here? That's how I want to feel. That's the energy I want to bring. That is the certainty. That's the spice. That's the attitude. That's the savage mindset I want in my life. Like, give it to me. And they can't look away. So if you're posting on social media, this is the best time for you to create content, because then people want to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll because they're like, this girl's on one. Like, who is she? I need to know what is going on here, right? That's when you start talking about your programs, your offers, your services, and your business, and people actually start to pay attention. And then they're clicking the links and they're checking and they're like, I need to be a part of this. They're DMing you, they're reaching out to buy, because you're feeding them this energy that they want more of. And a lot of times people have this energy. Those are the best people to work with. They have the energy, they just want more of it. They're like, yes, give me more, give me more. So my third energetic hack for you is to focus and take your biggest, most important action steps when you are in this momentum energy. When you are in this electric, magnetic, heightened state energy, it will change the outcome of the action steps that you are taking. Now, it doesn't mean that you always have to be in that energy, but I'm saying this will help when you want to be really serious about quantum leaping your life, okay? There are plenty of times where I'm still taking action and I'm not in this like heightened state. Let's say I'm having a shitty 5 minutes, or I'm going through something, or I'm sick, and I'm still taking action. So I don't want you to get this confused with only take action when you're in the heightened state. I'm just saying this is going to be an energetic hack for you when you're in those heightened states. Like, focus on the action steps that are going to produce the most results for you when you're in that state. But don't let it be an excuse to not do something if you're not in it. Capiche? That's why I wanted to give you the tip of like, get up and dance and move your energy to get yourself in that state, because there will be days that you don't feel like it, that you don't feel like you're in that energy. And that's when you need to bring the self-talk up to get you there, and bring the movement up, whether that's dance or crushing a good workout. Like, I always feel like the baddest bitch on earth when I leave hot Pilates on a Saturday. I'm like, oh yeah, like you can't even, like, you're not even on my level. Like, that's how I feel. I'll be like walking down the street, passing somebody, and I'll be like, I just left hot Pilates. What are you doing? Like, man, and that's like the best zone to be in. When you feel like you are the greatest thing since sliced bread, that's when you want to take action. Like, you will mesmerize people. It is truly incredible. Okay. So these are my top 3 energetic hacks for you to start quantum leaping. And like I said, if you're not joining us inside of the expansion experiment, I actually don't know what you're doing, because listen, being lukewarm, being overly calculated, being bored and routine and like the regular schmegular, yeah, I'm normalizing this, detached, not caring, like that's not going to cut it for your 2026 goals. If you want to keep doing the same thing that you've been doing in the same energy you've been doing it, then you can create the same 2025 all over again. But that's not what we're doing inside of this program. So if you're serious about quantum leaping, then you need to be inside of the expansion experiment, because inside this program, I'm going to be taking your energy to a level that other people are going to literally turn their head and look at you and be like, what happened? Like, what is going on here? And that's what happened to me when I had studied abroad, when I had first had my spiritual awakening. Like, I was in France over the summer and I came back before the fall semester of school, and people were like, what happened to you? Like, who is this human being? It doesn't take long to shift. You just have to bring that magnetism back. What's going to make your 2026 goals quantum leap is bringing the magnetism back, coming alive again, and being lit the fuck up. But somewhere along the lines, the most energized, high energy, lit up, motivated version of you fell away, went into hibernation. I don't know. She crawled under a rock and never came back out. She was scared. She was disappointed. She was heartbroken. And now it feels like you don't even remember what being lit up and magnetic is like sometimes. And I want to bring that out. You will need to be more alive when we are quantum leaping in 2026. That's what we're doing inside of the expansion experiment. So there are only a few spots left. We are starting in less than 2 weeks. So get your booty in if you're not already in. The link for that is going to be in the show notes and in the description of this episode and video. And if you have any questions about joining, just message me over on Instagram. I'm at the Michaela J, and we have some spots left for VIP. VIP as well if you want more coaching from me throughout the 8 weeks. It's going to be a blast. Okay. Really, I'm so excited for the expansion experiment because while that's going on, I am doing currently I am doing a 100-day challenge. So it's like I'm creating these own quantum leaps in my life. Like I said, I'm already seeing it. Like I've lost weight. My hair has never been shinier and healthier. My skin has never looked better. I have never had so much energy in my life. Like I remember at the beginning of my personal development journey, having so much fucking energy, like waking up with energy and motivation. And then for a couple of years, I feel like I lost that. Like I was always like high vibe and magnetic and really positive, but it was like that energy piece that I felt like I'd been missing for a while. And I could conjure it up, but it wasn't like consistent. Like I didn't identify as being a super energized person anymore. And now it is back in this quantum leap I'm in. And like, oh my God, I don't know. I would get in if I were you because I would want to be around this energy. I want to be more in this energy. So I'm doing my own quantum leap while we are in this. I also have some really crazy and exciting things going on next week. We'll still have a podcast episode, of course. But next week I'm flying to New York and then straight to Turks and Caicos for a VIP weekend with a client. And I will be in New York for a very special surprise. So it's like, there's so many things bubbling in MJ world. It's never been a better time to join. This is going to be the last round of the expansion experiment in 2026. So if you want to get some group coaching with me, do that because that won't be an option coming up soon. Anyways, so enough of pimping out my program. Let's recap these 3 energetic tips for you, and then I'm going to send you on your way to start quantum fucking leaping your goals, okay? So number 1, energy. Check on your energy. Is it in alignment with the quantum leap? If it's not, get in it. Figure out what that energy is and get in it. No excuses. When it dips, throw yourself a fucking dance party and get back in it. Number 2, if your self-talk sucks, so do your manifestation skills. Talk to yourself like somebody you love for the next week. Don't be negative. Don't talk down on yourself. Don't talk shit about yourself. Talk to yourself like somebody that you love and watch how much things change. And number 3, take action when your energy is on point so you can multiply the results that you were getting when you were in your most magnetic energy. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. If you loved this, learned this, took something away from this, I would love if you took a little screenshot or a photo of you listening or watching the podcast and share over on your Instagram stories. Tag me. I'm at the Michaela J. I would love to see what you're doing, what you're up to, which episodes you are listening to, and connect with you over on Instagram in the DMs. And I will talk to you next Wednesday, and I will see you inside of the expansion experiment. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.